sin ropa como me da la gana. Tengo 10 mujeres de tropajo que tienen un culo y nada más que levantarle el taparrabo, grito galto.
Who is it? Let's see. No, I don't even have him on there. Weird. Yeah. Stanford graduates and alumni, and these two set to go head-to-head in their first matches in Group A. That will also feature LCF Academy and Legio FC. I'm Steve Schlanger. Thrilled to have you with us on this first of 6 days here at the TST, the soccer tournament in its fourth year. First started back in 2023, a unique event, but it's become the premier 7v7 soccer tournament in all of North America. When you take a look at some of the rules for this event, it's a very unique setup as we have smaller field, smaller goals, 2 18-minute halves, no offsides, and instead of throw-ins, they'll just play the ball back in with an indirect kick from the sideline. You have to advance the ball every 8 seconds. And the most notable rule change from typical outdoor 11v11 soccer is the fact that every game ends in a goal. So at the end of the second half, we go into what is known as target score time. And at that point, 1 goal will be added to the total of the team that is leading, and then whoever gets to that total first in the game is the winner. So, for instance, if a team is leading by a 3-2 score, the target score would be 4, and the first to get to 4 goals is the winner. And it's an untimed period, but for every 3 minutes during the target score time that we don't get a game-winning goal, 1 player for each team is taken off the field until we get down to a minimum of 2. So, those are among the notable differences in the rules. Again, smaller field, smaller goals, smaller sides, but increased excitement. Every game ends on a goal. There is this building feeling towards the climax of a game. And these are 2 very compelling teams, the defending champions in Bumpy pitch. The winners last year, returning most of their squad here in 2026, taking on Cardinal Legacy, a team founded by former Stanford soccer player Ty Thompson, and participating in their second consecutive TST. This is a team that has had significant success at the collegiate level over the last decade and a half, winning 3 consecutive national championships from 2015 through 2017. Cardinal legacy in the dark, bumpy pitch in the white, as we are set to get things underway.
Rules are as follows: 2 18-minute halves, followed by target score time. At the end of the second half, the target score is set by adding 1 to the leading team's goal count. The first team to reach that number is the winner. Every match ends in a goal here at TST.
Cardinal legacy against bumpy pitch. The first game for each team here in Group A at TST in its 4th edition. 2 teams that really like to get after it. Both like to be on the ball. They play quickly. They're fast, technically sound. Bumpy pitch really checks all the boxes. That's why they are the defending champions. They have physicality, they have height, they have the technical quality, one-touch combination play. They are disciplined and organized. But Cardinal legacy has that experience of playing at the highest level, guys who have won national championships in collegiate soccer. So 2 high-quality grade A teams meeting here in their first games of this year's event. Cardinal legacy looking for the first opportunity offensively here in this match. And it's going to be the game's first corner kick instead for Cardinal legacy here, and a chance to generate some early offense. Far post, and headed just over the bar. Good chance for Cardinal legacy. Now bumpy pitch for the first time. Trying to get a rhythm offensively. This is Gonzalez to the end line. And will be played in by Cardinal legacy here. This Cardinal legacy side advanced to the knockout round of 16 a year ago. They lost to Team Nani. And coming back this year, trying to go at least a step further. They've added a few younger players to help with their fitness throughout the tournament, and that's one of the big changes that a lot of teams have made this year, and part of the learning curve that teams go through after their first or second appearance here, adding that youth element. Younger players, faster, stronger, having the fitness and the stamina to help hold up over the course of these 6 days of competition, because it is a grind. And recovery is important. The younger they are, the chances you're going to recover faster. Now here's bumpy pitch. And not quite on the same page as of yet. Taken away, though. Herrera. Bumpy pitch resetting in their own end. This is Justin Stinson. Long diagonal ball. Cardinal legacy very organized defensively, and a deflected shot will go in. Justin Stinson gets the benefit of the deflection. Tough break for Cardinal legacy. And bumpy pitch, the defending champions, out to a 1-0 lead, less than 4 minutes gone by, first half. It's a difficult break for the Stanford alums. Now to find themselves trailing here. They've had a promising start, though, against the defending champions.
The score here on field 6. Bumpy pitches
Rowan
to
Schnelby
Cardinal Legacy.
coming well out of his goal. Near midfield, now has to backtrack. Had no chance on that deflected shot that went in for Bumpy pitch. Bumpy pitch trying to add another here. It's going to come back to Gonzalez. On the turn, and a save, and the rebound from Gonzalez is blasted over the top of the bar. Yeah, it's a good play from Kone Inza. And Jose Gonzalez, a two-man game there, almost resulting in the second goal for Bumpy pitch. Schnelby, confident on the ball, got away with it. Cardinal Legacy going over the top, playing vertical. Bumpy pitch, very organized defensively. While Bumpy pitches very good on the ball and in possession, their organized and aggressive defense does allow them to play on the counter effectively as well. We've seen some quick transitions from them already here. Part and parcel of why they are the winners from a year ago. Now Rowan Schnelby again well out of his own goal, trying to add another player high up the pitch as they structure their offense here, but then just a giveaway. Lara going backwards with it. And now here is Christian Gutierrez. Hugo Gomez in goal for Bumpy pitch, was the keeper of the tournament last year here at TST. Some terrific saves in the long march to the title. Both teams making substitutions here. And you sub on the fly, no need to wait for the official to stop play like we see in traditional outdoor. More like hockey changes here when it comes to 7v7. Cardinal Legacy now trying to go through the gears as they look for the equalizer. Justin Stinson off a deflected shot has the only goal of the game for Bumpy pitch. That's a good turn for Partal, and his shot is deflected and out for a corner kick. Joshua Partal will head over to take the corner kick now for Cardinal Legacy. And it's headed over the bar by Leighton Purchase. Now Bumpy pitch off to a good start in defense of their title from last year. In their third year here at TST, Bumpy pitch, a creative brand, and what they hope is a cultural movement. Basically believing that soccer is not just a sport, it's a global language, and they see themselves as not just marketers of a sport, but curators of culture. They see football as culture. And they've been improving every year. First year, played 3 games and were out. Last year, they were the champions, and now looking to go back-to-back here in 2026. Now the long-range effort well off target from Josh Partal. Cardinal Legacy still has players on their roster who are playing college soccer, not just alums of Stanford. They have guys at Metro State University of Denver, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and also 5 current members of the Stanford Cardinal soccer team at the moment. So alumni, current players, healthy mix of young and experienced players with ties to Stanford. And they look to tie here on the free kick. Low bouncing ball. And it'll be grabbed by the keeper, Hugo Gomez. Over midway through this opening half. 1-0 is the lead for Bumpy Pitch. And that'll go out and over to Cardinal Legacy. That's a good ball, played through the channel diagonally, but Logan Pancho couldn't produce the final touch. It's that last ball that's always the difference maker. Thomas Hilliard Arch with the pass. Logan Pancho, his first really good opportunity for Cardinal Legacy. An NCAA championship winner with Stanford back in 2017. That'll be blocked out. Interesting to note that Logan Pancho competing against his brother Austin, who plays for Hoosier Army, which is a team of former Indiana players. So could see him playing against his brother here at TST. Meantime, Bumpy Pitch with an opportunity here. Leroy and Guzzi. Juan Carlos Gonzalez, 1v1. Looks for a lane, and we'll get a corner kick. Inside the final 6 minutes here in this first half. Justin Stinson, the only goal for Bumpy Pitch. They have the 1-0 lead.
TST rules are as follows. We will play 2 18-minute halves, followed by target score time. At the end of the second half, we'll target score by adding 1 to the leading team's goal count. The first team to reach that target score will win the match. During target score time, 1 player will be removed from each team every 3 minutes.
And that's going to be intercepted. Terrific chance for Cardinal Legacy, but the pass is cut out. Oh, they had Zach Ryan in the clear. Couldn't get it to him. Looking to get creative around the box, and the shot is blocked out. Corner kick. This Bumpy Pitch squad with 14 players back from last year's championship team. Now Cardinal Legacy getting numbers forward. And instead, we'll keep possession here in midfield. 4 minutes remaining first half. So Schnelby, the keeper, bringing it forward here with Bumpy Pitch, playing back in a much lower block here. And these teams not just showing up and playing here, they have been training for weeks. Many go through actual training camps to get ready for this tournament. Some training early in the morning if players have other commitments, jobs, school, whatever the case may be, but they take the training seriously, and they have been working at it for several weeks now, getting ready, making sure that they are functioning in an organized, disciplined fashion, understanding that playing in small spaces like this is very different than other forms of soccer. That's why the futsal and indoor game is so relevant to what happens here in 7v7. So to have guys who can play quickly, quick touches, small-sided, tight spaces, and can operate and have that dexterity, it's crucial to success in an event like this. Now Bumpy pitch, looking for space. Cardinal Legacy looking for a way to break down this bumpy pitch defense. And the run wasn't being made. Good idea, though, from Jack Pym. Inside of the final 2 minutes here, first half. Hugo Gomez playing it a little too long that time. That's something you don't see in TST, is those long goal kicks. Too often, keepers are not allowed to punt the ball either during play. So you often see him playing it short, rolling it out, or throwing it. Well, that's good ball work by Trevor Islam. Just couldn't get a strong shot on goal. Inside the final minute here in the first half. Rowan Schnelby advancing upfield here. Schnelby all the way across midfield. Good layoff. And over the top of everyone, it'll be run down on that far side by Villapadua. And it ends up over to bumpy pitch here. But that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So one frame down and one goal on the board. The only goal coming from Justin Stinson. Off a deflected shot for bumpy pitch. Rowan Schnelby really had no chance at it. And the defending champions with the 1-0 lead after one half in the opening match for each of these two teams in Group A here at Wakemet Park in Cary, North Carolina.
Your score here at the half, Bumpy Pitch FC 1, Cardinal Legacy 0. Second half action coming up soon. At the half, your score, Legio FC 1, LCF Academy 0. Second half action coming up soon.
Halftime here at Wake Med Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. The first day of TST, the soccer tournament, the nation's premier 7v7 soccer competition. $1 million prize to the team that wins after 6 days of competition. This is the first day, meaning we are just getting started with group play. And Bumpy Pitch taking on Cardinal Legacy here. And the stats after the first 18 minutes, the opening frame, pretty even for the most part, as Cardinal Legacy now shooting Bumpy Pitch 6-5, but only one shot on target. The difference, though, is Bumpy Pitch got a break on a deflected shot that went in for the game's only goal. Rowan Schnelby had no chance for Cardinal Legacy on that opportunity. So as a result, it is the defending champions, Bumpy Pitch, the winners from last year, out front here as the second half is getting set to begin. Cardinal Legacy making a change in goal as Rowan Schnelby comes out and Nicholas McCune will take his place. Again, Cardinal Legacy in the dark, Bumpy Pitch the white, and the second half coming up here on field number 6. The other game taking place in Group A here this morning, LCF Academy against Legio FC. And later on this evening, Cardinal Legacy will play LCF at 8:45. Bumpy Pitch takes on Legio at 8:30. For all of these teams, they play 2 games on this opening day, and then their final group game comes tomorrow before single elimination round of 32 play begins after that. A cloudy, windy Wednesday here in this last full week of May. Warm and humid, temperature into the 80s, but without the sun, a little more tolerable than it might otherwise be. Had rain each of the last 2 days. There is a small chance of rain here today, but mostly cloudy is the predominant forecast as they get the goal here at the outset of the second half. Bumpy Pitch through Juan Carlos Gonzalez makes it 2-0. So Gonzalez adds to the goal from Stinson in the first half, and the captain makes it 2-0 in favor of the defending champions. Now Juan Carlos Gonzalez, one of the top players on this Bumpy Pitch side. And they are striking quickly. They have been coming in a hurry. Gonzalez getting the goal. A guy who really knows how to control the pace of the game. Good finisher. Won the MASL championship with San Diego Sockers last year, so he has that pedigree of the indoor game. And now Bumpy Pitch with a multi-goal lead here early in this second half. Cardinal Legacy looking for their first chance of the second half. They'll reset. Abrahamian. Now clipped across to the far side, but behind its intended target. And over to Bumpy pitch as they'll make wholesale changes here. A lot of these teams operating in 3-minute shifts for the most part, allowing you to go all out and then make the change to get some rest, more along the lines of a hockey shift than traditional soccer. With that shot blocked. Bumpy pitch, strong defensively at the top of the box. Foul on Cardinal Legacy, free kick to the defending champions.
Referee has awarded a penalty kick to Copa America.
Comes back to Gonzalez, who has that goal here in the second half to make it 2-0. Inza, and it didn't miss by much. Bumpy pitch, turning the screws here. Just cranking the dial ever so slightly. Cardinal Legacy looking for a break. Tremendous speed by Alami. Good back heel. However, Perez wasn't ready for it, allowing Cardinal Legacy to transition. Cut back, and just misses wide to the far side. That's Christian Martinez Borja. Here is Lara. Martin Lara 1v1. Now tried to do it himself and scooped up by McHugh. That's good control by Zach Ryan. Now Pim trying to get it forward. Laid off. And they finally get on the board. Nicholas Baltazar with the blast. And they have the deficit here now 2-1 in favor of Bumpy pitch.
Cardinal Legacy on the board here on
So somewhat against the run of play as Baltazar gets the goal. And all of a sudden, Cardinal Legacy finally feeling like they have a foothold in this game. So far on this first day, we've seen a lot of one-sided games, but this very tightly contested so far. A lot of the statistics are pretty close, and just one goal separating these two sides. At the end of the second half, we will go into target score time, where the game will end on a goal. Target score time is where we add one goal to the total of the team leading at the end of the second half, and then whoever reaches that total first is the winner. At this rate, it would be a target score of 3, with Bumpy pitch leading 2-1. Here's Boya. Yee on the move. A good sequence of passing by Bumpy pitch. And then the one-timer shot hit his own man. Now Cardinal Legacy trying to play on the counter and unable to do so. Here's Hugo Gomez. lofted down by Gomez. That's good strength to hold it up. Cardinal Legacy win the ball back, though. Now, Partal, long-range shot, and that was blocked by Filio. Now approaching the midpoint of this second half. Each team with one goal so far in the second half of play. Bumpy pitch, the 2-1 lead. The defending champions looking to start the defense of their title with a win in their first game here in this fourth edition of the tournament. Corner kick, Cardinal Legacy. Clipped in and headed in. The tying goal, Tomas Hilliard. Off the corner, the uncontested header, and Cardinal Legacy has erased the 2-goal deficit. We're now tied at 2 here on field 6. Now Hilliard, one of the co-captains, a 3-time NCAA champion who's also had some success at the MLS level and has had 3 years of experience on different teams here at TST. Now playing for Cardinal Legacy here this year. A guy with a tremendous pedigree, was drafted number 2 overall in the 2018 MLS draft by the LA Galaxy, and is a 2-time All-American for Stanford. So no surprise that he would be the man to get the equalizer here. Cardinal Legacy, nice job to fight back in this game. Going down 2 to the defending champions, not easy. They have battled back with 2 goals here in the second frame. Oh, there's a tough giveaway, though. And McCune got away with it. The keeper who replaced Schnelby here at the start of the second half. That could have cost him as he was well out of his box. Cardinal Legacy with a little more confidence now. McCune walking it up. Now finding Penchel. Can't do much with it. Cardinal Legacy trying to get things set up the field. McCune in no hurry. Bumpy pitch scored the first 2. Cardinal Legacy is answered.
Here on field 6, we are tied at 2.
And McCune with the errant pass.
And Cardinal Legacy.
Cardinal Legacy now in their 4th appearance here at TST. They've been here every single year. Made it to the knockout round of 16 a year ago. Now try to knock out the defending champions, at least in the first game. Bumpy pitch, the winners last year over Pumas de Alabama, a team we saw in the last game here on field 6. Comfortable 5-0 winners over Piece of Cake. So the runner-up from last year, Pumas de Alabama, off to a convincing start with their shutout victory. But the defending champions of the event, Bumpy pitch, with their hands full. Tied at 2 here, second half, 6 minutes left to go against Cardinal Legacy. Cardinal Legacy, a team that's improved from last year when they made it to the round of 16, adding some younger players, while for Bumpy pitch, 14 of the players that were part of that championship side last year are back here this year. And that shot's dragged wide by Leighton Purchase. Substitutions coming up for each team. Here's Fermin. That's a good steal. Now a 2v2. Cardinal Legacy looking to take their lead for the first time. And the shot deflected. Zach Ryan couldn't get it cleanly on goal. Now when it comes to deciding which teams make it out of the group, if there is any kind of a tie, a team's record is the first tiebreaker, and then goal difference. So a game like this, getting tight in the late stages, this is especially critical. Some scrappy play on both ends. And it'll be a free kick for Bumpy pitch. Not a lot of free kicks so far in this match, and this one from a tough angle to really go for goal. A lot of jostling in the box, and so our referee wants to get that taken care of first. Now the free kick. Now it's 1v4 here. Zach Ryan holds it up. Now Gonzalez, who has one of the two Bumpy pitch goals, as we come up on the final 3 minutes before target score time. Inza lays it off. This is Alami. There's a push and a free kick for Bumpy pitch. This is from a dangerous spot now. Cardinal Legacy will make a sub, so will Bumpy pitch. But a free kick as they look to go back in front. Bumpy pitch had a 2-0 lead at one point. Cardinal Legacy with 2 second-half tallies. They've tied it at 2. If it ends this way, the target score will be 3, so very much a sudden death overtime situation here at the end of this game. 2.5 minutes left to go, though, here in this second half. One of the tightest games we've seen so far on this opening day. That's blasted right into the wall and off the back of Abrahamian. It's going to come all the way back out for Juan Carlos Gonzalez. Gonzalez again to Inza, and couldn't fully control it, but it will be a corner kick. Inside of 2 minutes now left to go. That one goes off a body, and again out for another corner kick. And a player for Cardinal Legacy now down. Trainer being called out here. Jack Pym is the player on the deck. So Pym will walk this one off with just about a minute now left to go here before target score time. Now it's the first game we've had where we have been tied at this stage of a match. It's been a multi-goal lead for every team so far here today. So this would be pretty compelling to go into a true sudden death overtime period against two very good teams, the defending champions and a team in Cardinal Legacy that is a legacy here at this event. They've been here every year. They've been in the knockout rounds, and this is their best edition yet that they have brought to this tournament. Corner kick, final seconds. Maybe the last opportunity. And Cardinal Legacy able to clear. Bumpy pitch will have to hurry. On the turn, they score! With 2 seconds left to go! Borja! The goal that gives Bumpy pitch the lead going into target score time. What a goal, what a moment. As Bumpy pitch reclaims the lead at 3-2. So going into target score time, they get the goal in the final seconds. So they're adding a little time, it appears, because of the injury before we get into target score time. We've hit the end of the 18 minutes. Bumpy pitch looking for another goal, and they almost got it there with Leroy and Zagusi. And now that'll be the end of regulation. So we will now head into target score time after that additional time was added on by our referee. So the target score is 4. So they add 1 to the total of Bumpy pitch because they have the lead, and it's now vastly different than what it could have been just seconds ago. It looked like, with only a few seconds remaining, it was going to end in a 2-2 tie, and it was going to be a next goal wins situation going into target score time. But now, Cardinal Legacy need 2 unanswered goals to get the win, and Bumpy pitch would win with the next goal.
The target score is 4.
With a target score of 4.
The first team to 4 will be our winner. During target score time, teams have 15 seconds to advance the ball.
So, again, going across the rules for target score time, whoever gets to 4 goals first is the winner. Each team, when they have the ball, has 15 seconds to advance it past the midpoint line, and once they do, you can't go back into your own end. The first team to the target score wins, and for every 3 minutes that we don't get that winner, a player for each team will be taken off until we get down to 2 players. That's the minimum that you have to keep on, and you got to believe that, well, if you're down to 4 players on the pitch, then somebody's going to score pretty quickly. So the idea is to create that excitement, to not have a long, drawn-out type of overtime period, and for every game to end on a goal, which certainly adds to the drama and the excitement here in a 7v7 format. In our most recent game with Pumas, the team that finished runner-up to Bumpy pitch last year, when they beat Piece of Cake in the game that preceded this one, we had to go to 5v5, so 2 players for each team were taken off at one point during target score time. Here in this game, boy, it's been just about dead even. Total shots separated by just 1. Bumpy pitch with 2 more shots on target. But what a fight back by Cardinal Legacy in the second half, trailing 2-0 at the end of the first half of play, scored 2 unanswered in the second half. It looked like we were going to end regulation in a 2-2 draw, but then Bumpy pitch gets the goal with 2 seconds left to go before target score time. Christian Martinez Borja with the go-ahead goal, so that makes the target score 4 going into target score time, which will commence shortly. Now Borja, no surprise that he would get that go-ahead goal. He won the Golden Boot for the most goals at last year's tournament. Getting his first goal here this year. And Bumpy pitch with 3 goals from 3 different players, and Cardinal Legacy with 2 goals from 2 different players during the course of regulation. Now 3-2 the score as we go into target score time on field number 6. First game for each team in Group A. Cardinal Legacy need 2. Bumpy pitch will win with 1. Both teams over the last couple of years have been very comfortable in target score time. Poised, patient. Both teams have a lot of experience in this tournament, so that no doubt helps understanding how the format is played out. And Zagusi down that right flank using his pace. Two defenders converge on him, and he'll go out and stay with bumpy pitch. Quick shift as bumpy pitch changing players just 45 seconds into target score time. That's good defense. Now Cardinal Legacy a chance on the break. 2-on-1 if they can get it organized. Now just waiting for support. And they couldn't get it across the box. It results in a goal kick, but could have been much more. A legit 2-on-1. Zach Ryan was open in the box, but they couldn't find him. Goal by Cardinal Legacy really changes the dynamic and complexion and just the overall feel of target score time when you know that next goal wins for either team. Bumpy pitch right now have that slight cushion to work with, knowing Cardinal Legacy need 2 and they just need 1. And that's saved off the line on the rebound. That's going to be deflected out for a corner kick. Oh, Andrew Abrahamian. Terrific chance for Cardinal Legacy. This team of current Stanford Cardinals and alumni taking it up a level, finding another gear here in target score time. Inside of 1 minute before we will take a player off for each side. Just over 2 gone by here in target score time. And the keeper out of the goal. McCune backtracking though, and there to make the stop. Almost a giveaway in a tough area. Abrahamian able to keep it alive. Now Gomez will have it for bumpy pitch. And that'll take us to the end of the first 3 minutes. So 1 player is going to come off for each team now. And we'll be down to 6v6. And this is something the teams have practiced and trained for. Their approach when you start taking players off. Who's going to come off, who's going to stay on, which players you want in certain situations. It does become more of a puzzle. You try to get some of your better ball handlers in there and guys who can create offense and finish in that final third. Teams also shorten their benches a lot when you get to target score time and you start taking players off as well. You don't see as many substitutions. Here is Gonzalez. He has one of the 3 bumpy pitch goals here in this game. Gomez out in midfield for the defending champions as they look for the goal to end it. That occasion, because it's a play-in type of ball, you can go backwards into your own end. Again, in target score time, once you advance it past midfield, otherwise you cannot play it back into your own end unless it's deflected by another player. And they're going to say that that ball crossed and came back. It didn't look like that was the case, but that's what our referee is going to call. That's part of the rule of target score time. Once it crosses midfield, you cannot come back into your own end unless it's a deflection. You can do so on that indirect kick that replaces the throw-ins. Suspicious call there, as it didn't look like the ball by Gomez had crossed midfield. It was close. And the resulting penalty is just an indirect kick for the opposite team when you do play it back into your own end. So halfway through in the second 3 minutes of target score time here. It is 6v6 right now here on field number 3. It's good control by Boya. And pulled across, hits the outside of the post. Oh, a tremendous chance to end it there for Bumpy Pitch. Now the other end, Grunewald. Dropping it back for Cardinal Legacy. Partal. Now Baltazar. That'll sail over the top of everyone. And that should just about take us to the end of the second 3 minutes of target score time. Inside the final 10 seconds left here before another player will come off for each team. Free kick for Bumpy Pitch, but not before another player will leave the field. So it's going to be down to 5v5 now. So 4 outfield players and a keeper for each team here. They've gone 6 minutes without either team hitting target score time. Bumpy Pitch has had the better opportunity so far in this portion of the game. They have never trailed. They led 2-0 at one point before Cardinal Legacy tied it at 2 in the second half. Bumpy Pitch getting their third goal with 2 seconds left to go in the second half of play. Now Gomez taking it well into the Cardinal Legacy end. Adding another player with more space in the offensive end. Very strategic play by Bumpy Pitch and having confidence in their ability to keep it, which is exactly what they don't do. It's a bad giveaway there by Gonzalez. It's one thing to get the keeper well up the field, but you have to hang on to the ball. A lot of space out there to maneuver. Here's Gonzalez on the steal. Now it's a breakaway, a chance for Bumpy Pitch to end it right here at an angle, and they're unable to actually get it in front, and Zugi, and the shot is blocked. Oh, tremendous opportunity there. But a heavy touch. Carried it just too wide to get an angle for a shot. Gomez has to get rid of it. Now here's Gonzalez. Now Gomez. Hard to defend so much space like this when you're in Cardinal Legacy's position here. Now Gomez. Very deliberate and methodic. Next goal for Bumpy Pitch would be the winner. And now they press. Now Bumpy Pitch with numbers in the box. Back to Gomez with under a minute left to go before we take another player off. At that point, it would be 4v4. Good hold-up play on the turn, and the shot is blasted over by Christian Martinez Boya. A golden boot from last year, who has one of the 3 Bumpy Pitch goals here today. And now, just about 20 seconds left to go before it'll be 4v4. And now Nicholas McCune from his keeper position coming up for Cardinal Legacy as well. Cardinal Legacy again, need 2. but they give it away. The goal is open, played downfield. McHugh trying to recover, and it goes wide. Now Christian Gutierrez almost had the goal from distance, but instead we will take another player off for each side. Down to 4v4. So now we're at that point where teams will get strategic and actually put a field player in goal to be more opportunistic, getting forward and taking part in the attack. So they bring McCune off, their traditional keeper. Christian Gomez, though, stays in goal for Bumpy Pitch. They have the confidence that he can play with his feet, join the attack without an issue. But for Cardinal Legacy, now 4 players in the offensive end here. And what they've essentially done is put Logan Pancho in that yellow penny as the keeper, but also as a field player here, as they need 2. Now Pancho lines it up, he fires, and he scores! Wow! Coming on as the keeper, but playing up the field as well, joining the attack. Pancho rifles it into the lower corner. We're tied at 3, and now true sudden death. Next goal wins here on field 6. Oh, what a shot, what a goal. And this has turned into one of the most exciting opening day games we have had here so far in TST this year. We have had 6 goals from 6 different players here in this game between the defending champions Bumpy Pitch and Cardinal Legacy, a team that made it to the round of 16 a year ago. Bumpy Pitch at one point led 2-0. Now it is 3-all. The next goal will win this game. Cardinal Legacy trying to beat the defending champions in their first game in defense of their title here in 2026. Hugo Gomez plays it out wide. Oh, and that's going to be a potential giveaway. Gomez keeps it alive. Gonzalez will run it down. 4v4. McCune back in goal as Gomez is going to fire the shot, and that goes wide. So it's actually Rowan Schnelby who will now leave the game, and Pancho is going to come back on. So what Cardinal Legacy is doing is out of possession. When Bumpy Pitch has the ball, they are putting in one of their traditional keepers. Now, when they take possession of the ball, an outfield player like Pancho comes on and serves as the de facto keeper, but plays in the offensive end. He scored the tying goal just moments ago, so well worth it.
We are tied here on field number 6 in target score time.
This is how target score time can be very strategic. Looking for that definitive edge. Here is Pancho. Just seconds away from taking off another player, saved by Gomez. And Cardenas has it blocked out for a goal kick, but well, we're going to be down to 3v3 in a moment. So another player comes off for each side, so it's going to be 3v3, and now Bumpy Pitch is going to do what Cardinal Legacy was doing. They're going to put a field player on, wearing the penny, serving as the keeper. And what Cardinal Legacy continues to do is when they don't have the ball, they put in one of their regular keepers. In this case, Rowan Schnelby is in. And then when they get possession, they swap him out for Logan Pancho, a field player. So for the first time, though, Bumpy Pitch has put a field player in the penny as the keeper. 3v3, next goal wins here on field 6. Juan Carlos Gonzalez is the player wearing that yellow penny for Bumpy Pitch. Boya back to Gonzalez here. Tons of space out there, very strategic, pace slowing down. Teams measuring one another and looking for what could be that decisive opening here. Tough defensively when you got to cover a lot of ground. Played across, and Boreas misses the open net. The Golden Boot winner who led the tournament in scoring last year was wide open and got underneath it. Would have ended it there with the goal, but instead Cardinal Legacy will take over, and they swap out their keeper Schnelby for Pancho, who's back there as the keeper, but bringing it forward. Got the tying goal earlier in target score time, and now Cardinal Legacy will try to take advantage here. Their first opportunity in the offensive end here in this 3v3 situation. Now Partal. Back to Pancho. And it's a giveaway here. Pancho has to recover. And Bumpy pitch is going to put this one away with the goal in 3v3. Cesar Cerda Herrera gets the winner in target score time, 3v3, and the defending champions survive the charge of Cardinal Legacy, and they win it 4-3 here on field number 6. Oh, what a game. And it was the player who tied it in target score time for Cardinal Legacy who has the giveaway at the very end that allows Herrera to get the game winner. And even though Bumpy pitch at one point led 2-0, Cardinal Legacy fought their way back to 3-all in target score time, but Bumpy pitch gets the winner, and Herrera gets the golden fleece with the winning goal in target score time, and truly a sudden death situation here. One of the most exciting finishes we've had so far here in Group A. Final score, Bumpy pitch 4 and Cardinal Legacy 3 on field 6 at Wake Med Soccer Park.